Hey, AfterBuzzers and Siesta Key fans, we are second to last episode of the season, episode 17. Alex Won't Kompomise. Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
17 episodes, and we still don't know the words.
Not one word.
Nope. Maybe we should actually look at the lyrics after today's after show. Hey guys, what's up? We are back talking everything Siesta Key, and we have some really annoyed things we want to talk about this episode because it kind of frustrated us all. I'm not even gonna lie. This song's so great. Well, thank you for joining us on another week of our recaps. I'm going to introduce our ladies, Nakia.
Hey guys, what's up? I am Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom.
Drew Jones.
What up, y'all? It's Drew Jones. You can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
Tessa Cevaal.
Hi, you guys can find me on all social media at Tessa_Cevaal.
Hey guys, Ally Nasta here. Find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at AllyGirl. Okay.
Wowzer.
So... first of all, I would like to say that I did some digging on some Instas.
Ooh.
And I just started looking back and I found Ben, Madison's new beau Ben. Mm-hmm. And he posted a picture of them in November.
Ooh, 2017.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, are they still dating then? I don't know.
Right.
Because if this was probably filmed in November because we just had the...
Thanks.
Oh wait.
Or Friendsgiving is about to happen.
Okay, so
correct?
so maybe actually no, that makes sense then because so I confused myself. But still, he posted a picture of her and then she just posted a throwback of them in college. So obviously, I feel like all these couples are trying to throw us through a loop because you have this couple like, oh, is she gonna go back with Brandon? We don't know. And then we also have Kelsey. Her and Carson have been all over each other's social media lately, and especially on their Insta stories, and they're like, trying to be coupley. So yeah. I can't tell if they're trying to pretend that they're a couple to make us all watch more because she just friend zoned him. But it's really weird to me.
It is confusing how MTV's taking this whole stance because even when the girls fought, then the next day they were doing promo and they were all at MTV.
So, it's weird because on social media they're like, "Whoa, we're best friends and half dating," and then you have Alex and Juliette who are supposed to be fighting and they're literally in love on Instagram, and so I'm wondering so what's the marketing ploy behind this?
Right.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if they're fighting on the show and fine in real life, then we know that they're together, right?
Yeah, that's because I remember a few weeks ago, right before the Halloween episode premiered, so I didn't even think about it. I was doing digging of my own, and I went to Juliette's page, and I seen the picture of her and Alex together. So this is before we even seen the previews, and I was like, oh my God, are they still together? Then when I seen the Halloween show, I was like, oh, this is confusing. Mm-hmm. Wait, is this a real thing? But I went back and it was on her page in October.
Yeah.
So I'm
and they've been posting things all the time recently of them being couples, and then all over Twitter.
It's just all fishy.
All over Valentine's Day on Instagram stories. So whatever. We don't know what's real and what's not real. But I miss Chloe in this storyline, by the way.
I did too.
Same. She hasn't really been in
No.
the last two. If we don't get her in the season finale.
It's all of a sudden she outed that she has a boyfriend and then we haven't seen her.
Hi.
They're like, oh, sorry, we need to give you a break.
Yeah.
But I miss her. I miss her voice. I miss her on Snapchat.
I missed her Snapchat digging.
stalking texts.
Yeah, they were great. And also something that I thought was crazy is I saw on Twitter someone was asking, I guess, about how in the show she liked Brandon, and I guess people keep asking her if this is real, and she was like, it was real. Apparently her and her boyfriend went on a break and they broke up right as the show started filming because he didn't know if he could do it, and then they realized that they were meant to be, and then they got back together. So the Brandon thing was real.
I was wondering about that because I was like, you kind of forget how people were together and the relationships that were happening. And I'm like, wait, at the beginning, she was in love with Brandon and fought Amanda over Brandon. And now Brandon's pining over Madison. It's just all twisted.
All conjuncted together. But let's get into it. So this episode, we see Kelsey in her commercial shoot that she does terrible at in the beginning.
Yes.
So
Again, so awkward.
It's
Those
weird.
comments were just mean. But were they I don't know. This is my thing with Kelsey. Kelsey frustrates me because Kelsey comes in oh, give me all the criticism.
Yeah.
I can take it. And then the second you say anything, She looks like a deer in headlights, like so sad, like you just kicked her puppy. And I'm like, also, I don't understand how you can do editorial, but you can't do commercial. Like, I feel like commercials a lot more, because I've lived with models, okay? I know I'm not one, but I've lived with them.
You are a model.
I know the terms. But I feel like commercials a lot more natural and easier to do than like editorial. So
right. Well, I think this is what's going on. I think they're saying, you know, the producers are like, okay, so this is the storyline. You have to not be able to do this. Make it awkward. You know what I mean? Or like not even make it awkward, but you know, you have to pretend you're not that good at this because, like you said, it's just commercial is more smiley and fun and whatever. And obviously, she's a pretty girl and doesn't have problems taking photos. So, I mean...
Yeah, I found that very weird. And I also think the producers are also telling the people, like the lady that's on set, like, we need you to be a little bit more harsher.
Right. Yeah.
We need you to go in on her because she was going in.
Right.
Which, I mean, that's the modeling world. I feel like models have heard worse.
Well, and I mean, I'm not a model, so I wouldn't know, but I don't think that someone would outwardly say, oh man, she's too commercial. Yeah, like, too editorial. I don't think that they're making.
They don't say that. They wait until after you leave, and then they talk shit after.
But also, when you look at the distance, obviously, like we're hearing what they're saying. I doubt she all the way over there is like necessarily hearing word for word.
Oh yeah, that's
what
true.
They're saying.
Right. I don't know. This is where it is kind of like I don't know what's real and what's not.
Right.
Like I mean, because they could easily be like, Kelsey, look. We know you want to get into modeling. We'll help you with that. But, like, for this time, we're going to have to make it look like it's a struggle to get you there. Maybe. I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. Her story was obviously very minimal this episode, and it was last episode, too. And she ignored Carson's call, which made me really upset.
She laughed at it and ignored it. And I was like, okay, jackass. Like, that's not cool.
Like, that's not nice. Because he's actually a really
like
nice
that.
dude, and he's really sweet, and I didn't like that.
I didn't like
I'm like,
it
you wouldn't like it
either.
if, like, Garrett or someone did that to you. I don't know.
Right. Which we see her find an Instagram of Nicole and
Carla!
Garrett.
Which, that photo, was it just me or like...
It was like cropped it on the screen.
Thank you, yes.
That's what I think what it was, because whatever photo she really was probably looking at, they probably didn't sign like a release.
Yeah.
And then after, like, they edited like a photo. They
Yeah.
definitely
It was
put that in.
totally
That was definitely
edited.
like put in on screen.
Yeah, I just think Siesta Key, like, as a show is just so funny to me because the production is so weird. Like, in comparison to other reality shows, like, even, like, the AR, just everything. It's just, like, not, like,
Because like if
normal.
a camera's like coming over your shoulder, it's more like like everyone's hustling. And this was like a perfect shot of her holding the phone. And
And the picture was like perfectly like.
Yeah. And I feel like this is like, because we work like with TVs and stuff, we know the angles,
Right.
but I can totally picture and be like, okay, and hold the phone, hold it still.
right, B-roll. They were capturing B-roll.
All right, we got it. Good.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, and it's not to say maybe she saw a picture of Garrett and Nicole. Like, that's not. But like when she saw it right there, and they did say go get your phone because when you're working, you're not.
You don't
gonna
have your
go
phone.
Pick up your phone
So,
in the middle
yeah.
of a photo shoot. I don't know. Funny stuff. Whatever. Let's get into the real drama of this show, which is Madison and Paige and Brandon and Ben. Oh man. All right. So, Paige tells Madison, and Madison kind of freaks out. What are, like, I don't think this is fair. What do you guys think?
First off, I didn't know that Paige was Madison's older sister.
Yeah.
I thought
Was
Paige
the baby.
because she looks younger. Not because she acts, I mean, she definitely acts more put together than Madison, but she just looks younger, so I just assumed. But, so that, like, that whole thing, if my little sister tried to tell me who I can't be friends
Right.
with, I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, Jan. But no, I think Paige handled it perfectly fine. Candace didn't didn't really do anything wrong. Like, she's not the reason Brandon and you broke up. Like, Brandon's the reason you guys broke up, just like Paige said. Madison's just like, she's just annoying at this point. She's just a drama queen.
Right.
It was too much. I'm like I get that you would be upset at Canvas, but I think at this point either you're going to be friends with Canvas or you're not. But I think you have to respect your sister's decision because your sister was there with you when you were complaining about Alex.
Right.
She was there with you when you were trying to hook up with Brandon. So I just feel like your sister's just being real. Like, look, she's kind of cool. Like, she's not, she wasn't really trying to get in between your relationship with you and Brandon. I mean, she was, but she's the reason you guys are broken up because she told you the truth. I just felt like Madison was just being a drama queen. Like, I get that you're upset about Canvas, but that's you and Canvas. You don't ever have to speak to the girl ever.
Right.
But don't hate on your sister who's just trying to live her best life.
Right. So
Yeah.
this was my initial thought, was that I can understand like how she feels in terms of being
Right.
bad news, whatever, because
Yeah.
she only sees her associated with Brandon and whatever, and she's trying to protect her sister. I get that that's frustrating because it was a girl that you don't trust necessarily, but I mean, Madison has guys fawning over her, and Paige has been single for a year. So like, my thing is, if you're really gonna be upset about it, be like, listen, I don't trust her. I think she's got bad intentions, but you know what? It's your life at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And I guess that's kind of what she was getting at, but it just came out in a very much more outward way. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's like, well, you know what, Paige, do what you want, but I don't trust her. So I think maybe you just need to experience that yourself. And I will say, Candace seems like she's being a little bit of a player in this situation.
Yes.
So maybe Madison isn't too far off about her being bad news for her, but
I think Paige is kind of coming into it like whatever too. Like I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
think Paige is like, I'm trying to marry you.
Right.
Because like I mean she was just making out with Polly. I think Paige is just like someone who's just down to have a good time.
I think so too, and I think that she sees that Candace will be fun like that, and
Right.
like she doesn't have the Kelsey, she doesn't have the Chloe, like
Right.
I think she's trying to figure out where she fits into this group too. So if
Yeah.
she's gonna have fun with Canvas, and she's like, I'm gonna have fun with Canvas.
And then they might end up, if they don't work out, they might end up being a pair of like friends.
Right.
Like you said, like the girls, they're all coupled together as friends. They might actually be like two good girlfriends together. Because I actually liked them too this episode.
I do too.
So everybody else was annoying me.
What did Madison say when she stormed off? I was like, she was like, have fun with your happy ever after. Or
no,
something
she
like
said,
that.
oh, what was
What
it?
was it? It was so annoying. I
I'm
was
like,
like,
Madison, I get that
if
you're
that was-
upset, but you need to channel that energy at Brandon.
if my sister said that to me,
I think
I'd
she
throw
said,
my
have fun
shoe.
following your heart.
That's what she said. I knew it was something mad
Like,
cheesy.
they're just hooking up. Like,
Chill.
just
yeah, I don't
live
think
your
they're
best
definitely
life.
not trying to get married. That's
No.
for sure.
Not everyone's saying I love you after like a
5
day.
months. Like,
Yeah,
shut
and
up.
I think like I don't know. They just seem like they're both kind of like snickering towards each other. So
Yeah.
like, do you guys have something plotted that like
They're
we
like-
don't know about?
They're cute. Like they're just
Yeah.
having a good time. They probably won't last next week. Like let them
Yeah.
have sex, make out, hook up. Like let them do their thing. But I get it. Like as a sister, like I said, like voice your opinion and say, you know what, I really don't trust her, but I got you. Like I support you. Have fun.
Right.
But don't get so upset at Paige
Yeah.
because she didn't do anything wrong.
I don't think Madison was looking at it like I don't think Madison was looking at it for Paige. I think Madison was seeing how it affected her. Like I
Yeah.
don't think she was like, I don't trust Canvas for you. I feel like she was like, how could you do this to me?
Right, right. Which I guess those
Selfish.
are those are two separate things,
Yeah.
which is so true. And we will come back to the Ben thing, but now that we're on the topic of voicing your opinions and then letting it lie, is the whole Hannah, Alex, and Juliette situation.
OMG.
Right.
This drama needs to. It's just we've heard the same storyline for 3 episodes now.
I'm tired.
Like Hannah, get over it. You know,
Yeah.
it's your best friend, and if it is at the end of the day, your best friend, it's gonna be frustrating and
Right.
annoying to hear them cry to you every weekend. But at the end of the day, you're messing it up right now. You're being the reason that's wedging Juliette and Alex apart.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like you're doing way too much. Like I get that your friend got back with the guy that no one wants her with, but at the end of the day, like it's like just leave it alone. And
Yeah.
like he's not beating her up and physically assaulting her.
Right.
I just feel like you need to worry on your relationship because apparently there's a lot going on in
Right.
that relationship. And it's like what's happening, you're just doing too much where you and your friend may not be friends anymore.
Right.
Because you're being so nosy. And I
Right.
get it. Like you guys, you talk to her 50 million times, but she's a grown woman. People are gonna want to do what they're gonna want to do.
Right.
You just have to be that friend to support them and be like, I got you.
Which Alex brought up, and I thought that was like actually kind of very mature of him. I don't know. That honestly kind of took me off guard. I was
Alex.
like, oh. And I thought of you. I was like, that's her
Alex is
guy.
bae. I love Alex.
Can I just say how much I enjoy like I could watch a whole episode where Alex just argues with people because he does not change the tone of his voice
At all.
No. He's like, really, Hannah? Really? Why don't you worry about your boyfriend? Burr.
Same
Like,
monotone.
he just talks like
You don't
that.
know if he's happy, sad, upset, pissed.
Right.
But no, I think he had every right to say what he said to Hannah, and I just think Hannah was just doing too much. And then for her to put the blame on Juliette, because
Right.
you do put Juliette in a weird situation. You know, like you're making her seem like she has to pick one of you guys, and she's like, guys, just leave it alone.
Right.
Yeah.
And seriously, just let your friend be happy.
Yeah.
If it messes up, like it's fine. You should
Right.
still be there for it. It's one of those things where you literally say, "Listen, you've cried to me, and I understand that you want to get back together with him. That's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm not like I'll support you. Maybe I won't support the situation, but if
Right.
whatever makes you happy, I'll be there for you. But at the end of the day, like, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, Juliette and Alex seem to be happy. So let it go. She's holding on to things from, like, last summer, a whole year ago. Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, I feel
Let it go.
Yeah, seriously. And something I wrote down was, I think she just wants to be right.
Yeah, that's all it is.
She just wants to be right about Alex. So as soon as they break up, she's like, I told you so, which no one wants to hear that.
Exactly.
Okay, but question, because when Alex brought up the thing about her allegedly cheating on her boyfriend, she was very like,
she was nervous.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like,
She was like sweating, and she was like, I'm broken heart. I can't. And I'm like, whoa.
I was like, what's the tea?
What's happening?
Yeah, clearly something because she didn't really deny it.
Nope.
At all.
No.
So I have a feeling that she cheated and he
true.
took her back. And she's like, our relationship's different. I'm like, well, if you're going to spill the tea on someone else's relationship, let's spill your tea. And then you're going to lie and say, I didn't say that to Polly. Clearly, you guys had a whole conversation about this.
And she was just like, let's go. Like,
Girl.
I mean, she clearly had some alcohol, and like
Yeah.
that's kind of what stimulated them to feel the need to talk about it. But I think that she just needs to let Juliette be happy, and maybe if it bothers you that much to where you can't even be around them, maybe separate yourself.
Yeah.
You know, be like, I don't know if I can hang out with you right now. I want you to be happy, and I support your happiness, and I'll be here for you, but I just don't really know if I can surround myself with Alex because I just don't trust in or believe in
Exactly.
his whatever it is that she hates so much about him. But don't show up to his house party if you
That's
really
what I'm
hate
like,
him.
why are you there if you hate this kid so
Yeah.
much? What was the point?
Also, when I think about it, there's no one's boyfriend that, like, any of my friends' boyfriends that I interact with that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing.
Because it's like, it would be weird. I feel like, I don't, like, I'm cool with, like, my roommate and I are, like, best friends, and her boyfriend's over a fair amount. We interact minimal.
Right.
All love, but it's minimal because that's my roommate's boyfriend. You know, like, I
Right.
feel like.
Right. But then I think because these guys like went to high school together and they all are from like small little ass town Siesta Key, and everyone has pretty much hooked up and broke up and hooked up and broke up.
Yeah.
So it's like, even though you wouldn't think that she'd be interacting with Alex, I just think it's like a weird where like he's probably hooked up with like a few of her other friends and she's probably had to see it and
Probs.
go through all that. It's just too much, Hannah.
It is. I mean, I think at the end of the day, if Juliette's happy, just let her be.
happy.
Let her be happy. They kind of did make me feel bad for Juliette because, like, obviously, I know that whatever people say, she's like the mean girl, but every situation that she's been in so far, she's been alone. None of her friends have stuck up with her or been on her side.
It's like she's damned if she's damned if she does and she's damned if she doesn't.
Right.
Because in this situation, it's like when Alex did bring it up, she was like, all right, stop talking about it. And Hannah's like, how could you do it? Like, girl, first of all, why are you even bringing up my relationship? Like, I did stick up for you, but there's no need for you to talk shit to Alex because now he is going to be petty and bring up that you cheat on your boyfriend. How is that my fault that you hate my boyfriend? Tell me.
Even when it was just Juliette and Alex, and Alex was saying all that stuff in the hot tub, Juliette still was defending Hannah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not like she's being wishy-washy and being like, you know, mocking Hannah like behind her back or whatever.
Right.
She's being like, yo, you can't say that. Like,
And
shut
she
up.
defended her pretty hard where Alex was kind of taken aback. Where he was like, oh, okay. And she's like, stop doing that. Like, you need, even at the party, she's like, I would like leave it alone. Like, leave Hannah
just
alone.
like let it and just like let it lie. Let's not have any drama, which is true. And then it was just crazy because when they had that lunch or whatever, Hannah like walked out crying, and it was like
It's weird.
which makes me feel like maybe she's just really upset because that's something that she was hoping wouldn't get out.
I think that's what that was. And I think, you know, producers being producers probably like, well, interviewing the whole cast and people see Siesta Key's like, tell us about Hannah. What's some dirt? And I think the producer went up to Alex and was like, maybe you should bring up her and her boyfriend and her cheating.
Yeah.
And I think because she really took it hard. Like, I did not expect for her to cry like that.
Right.
I was like, I don't think she expected that news to come out.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think that support it for what it is.
Yeah.
They're going to be together if they want to be together. As long as nobody's getting physically hurt.
Literally.
And
then
he's
that's when you
changed,
can
let
in.
it
let
lie.
it go.
Let it go.
But do you think that will happen? Because I feel like it's not.
No.
And I feel like at a certain point, Alex might leave Juliette just to get rid of the drama.
That's true.
Which
'cause he
sucks
was
because
fed
then
up.
that's Hannah like winning. And
Yeah.
it's like you.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating because it's like Hannah just needs to let it go, let Juliette live her life, have the man that she apparently is in love with.
Do you guys think that Hannah just wants to be the only one in a relationship and she wants Juliette just to be single?
That
And
would, if that was her actual motto, I would feel really bad that that's Julia's best friend.
Yeah, that
because
kinda
that's not a way to have a friendship.
Right.
Like I said, if someone bothers you that much, you
too much.
step back and you say, I love you, I support you, I just can't be around you right now.
Yeah.
But I will be here for you when you want to cry on my lap.
Exactly.
Not, sorry, next time you want to come cry on my lap, I won't be there.
Exactly. It's annoying as hell, but because you're coming to me
Right.
for the 200th time. But as your friend, I got your back, just like I would hope that you would have my back.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Speaking of people having each other's backs, Tarek.
We're always Team Tarek. He always.
Team Tarek, Team Carson. Tarek has Madison's back when he has this most awkward, uncomfortable conversation with Brandon.
Brandon was drunk, correct?
Yeah, I
He
think
was doing
so.
the most.
I love Tarek. I loved how awkward it was because Tarek, I just feel like the like intelligence levels were just so different that it almost was like watching a grown man like come for like, a child. Yeah.
I love that. He's the type of friend that you want, or like I'm like we were talking about this, like we become that petty where he's like, she's good. He has a job. Like even though like this is things that he probably was like making up, he didn't know. He's like, she's super happy. He's not a musician.
He's not a SoundCloud artist.
Tarek, I was like, I need you to be my friend.
Yeah.
He's a great friend. Love
Yeah.
him.
I thought it was just, for me, it was just uncomfortable because you could tell like Tarek was like kind of stepping back.
Yeah.
And Brandon's just like saying things
Drunk.
at him.
Tarek's
that,
like, you walked up to me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
why are you even walking? Brandon was just doing the most at that party.
Oh, he was so
It
obnoxious.
was so awkward. I was scared to watch, like the
Yeah.
whole him and Ben situation. I'm like, oh God, stop.
That was
too much.
awkward.
That was
That
worse,
was
in my opinion.
so worse. I literally was like watching. It's like,
I
and
was cringing.
they both are uncomfortable. Ben is like, what pants were those? I couldn't figure out if they were
much.
joggers, if they were sweatpants. What was the white spots
It
on?
was too
Don't worry, I
much.
zoomed in on an Instagram photo where they were paint. It's paint on his face.
Because I'm like, yo, this conversation is making me very awkward. Like, it was just too weird. And I'm like, Brandon has to be drunk. And Brandon's like, yo, bro. I'm like, Brandon, please stop. You're embarrassing
Lace is
yourself.
like eating the grapes, and I'm like,
Ben went up to him. I think
Yeah.
that's what threw me off. I'm like, why did you think it was appropriate? I know it was probably scripted in that sense for
Right.
them to have a conversation, but it just felt
it had nowhere to go.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like it was literally
Like,
he walked
you
into
came out of the
a
woodworks.
closet and like what you know when like in scary movies they like run upstairs and they
Yes.
get like locked upstairs and they're like, oh, how do I get down? It's like, well, you walked up there. That's like exactly what Ben did.
That was
he
so
walked up.
weird.
He walked up the
analogy.
stairs.
And it's like, no, Tessa, you're right. Like, who are you, Ben? Like, you just came in. Like, you don't know Brandon. Though your friend Madison is telling you her side of the story, like, it's not your business.
Right.
Because, like, though this is a reality show and this is Siesta Key and they would
Right.
never do this. But if Brandon was that type of crazy dude that was like, yo, and he was super drunk and punched you in the face, I don't know.
Right.
But what annoys me about the whole situation is like even when Brandon's like writing the song and stuff, everyone's making like he's making himself seem like he's so noble for trying to win her back when you literally are
Preach.
the reason. Like she was so into you, like you are the sole reason
Yeah.
That you
only
messed this
reason
up.
that it's over. And so I just got like so annoyed with him this entire episode. Like
Yeah.
when he's in the studio, this showdown with Ben, the showdown with Tarek. And like stop talking about winning her back and stuff. Like you had her.
Right. And you lost her.
And you lost her. Now you have to, just
Eat
live
the
with
consequences. He's like, this is the only girl I ever cared about. I'm like, bro, but like, I get that, but you're doing the most. You had this really great girl, and you decided to think with your other head before this head, and now these are your consequences. Now you either have to let her breathe
Right.
and maybe try to win her back, but the whole song thing, it bothered me.
that. Because there are, again, very many steps to going home and sleeping with someone.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Like it's not like where you accidentally bump it like, oh my bad. Like
Right.
that's not how it's done. Boo boo. Like
Like you left, you waited for the Uber. No, you left, you called the Uber, you waited for the Uber, you sat and contemplated while waiting for the Uber.
had so much
got
time
in
to
the
think.
Uber, got out of the Uber.
Walked upstairs.
probably had some weird, awkward social, like some weird interaction conversation where you're deciding who was gonna make the first move. That normally
had
goes on
so
like
much
10
time to
minutes.
think.
Yeah, no, there. Listen, we've all been there. You're not slick. We know.
It's all right, Brandon. B-dubs.
So I don't feel bad. I'm so tired of him being like, oh, I'm gonna win her back. This is
But
my
what
song.
I will say is he is continuing to try. Like
He
last
is.
week we left off at saying like, is he going to keep fighting for her?
Mm-hmm.
And he is. So I think we give a little credit that he hasn't given up
fighting that.
I am proud that he is still trying because like his mom said, you got to keep trying.
Yeah.
I just hate that like he's the victim kind of now when he really isn't the victim.
Yeah.
I just want for him more to be like, yo, I am an asshole. I effed up. Like
Right.
she's one of the greatest girls I've ever had in my life. I cheated on her and I ain't shit.
Yes.
Excuse my language. And that I think that's when more people will be like, oh, you know what? It's all about taking accountability and responsibility. And he does it only when someone's like, but you did this. And he's like, you're right, I did do. No, bro. Like, I need more of you telling us you ain't
Nakia,
shit.
100%. You just said something that I didn't even know I was thinking about. He has not said, he hasn't taken accountability for his actions. Yeah, he said, I'm sorry for doing this to you. But he has not physically said an apology. And excuse me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't said, Madison, I should have never done this to you. I should have never gone home with that girl that night. I should have never done that. Whatever. Like, he's not apologizing.
At all.
He's literally like, I want you back. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I don't know why I would ever screw our relationship up, but he hasn't said an apology for doing what he did.
And
He's
saying,
just sorry,
I knew what I did was wrong.
Right.
Just say you
But,
knew what you did was wrong.
But and exactly, like, I think one of the most mind-boggling things when, like, a guy is trying to apologize for something he did, it was like, but you did it? So, like, apologize for that action, not apologize for losing me or losing it or doing something that you knew you were doing.
You knew
because
it was
makes
wrong.
me feel like it's just your ego now.
Exactly.
Now that you can't have me, you want me. Literally, I, like, can relate with this so much because I've had an ex that just saw a picture of me happy and was like,
oh, that's when
you're
they ruin
happy,
your life the
and
most.
I want you back now. And it was like, no, you don't.
They
are
ruin
literally
your
going on
lives.
dates right now.
Yeah, because it's like the entire time he's been so busy being like, why I did it. I don't give a why you did it.
Just say you did it. And you're
right.
Not
You need to
shit.
own that for I don't care that this situation, like, oh, I went away to New York because I'm trying to be an adult. Like, I don't care what made you feel so vulnerable.
Right.
Or whatever that you had to go do it. You did it. Own up to it.
And just say, I'm not shit and I knew what I did was wrong, but I love you and I'm willing to fight for you.
Right.
That's what I think I haven't heard from Brandon.
Right.
It's only because Chloe told his secret and he's like, oh, she didn't mean anything to me. Okay, forget this girl. Like, she didn't, but you still did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Try to win me back, but own up to your shit first. Sorry, I'm saying shit a lot. But just say like, yo, you know what, Madison? You're right. I knew what I was doing. And
Right.
I need to work on myself, but I love you so much, I'm going to still fight for you. Because then it's like, I'll just throw the panties at you.
And another thing too, I think with them being at this party, maybe, you know, even if you see a guy walking with her, maybe don't drink for a couple hours and then pull her aside when it looks like the right time. Be like, listen, I came here because I knew you were going to be here. I obviously want to try to make amends. I know it's going to take a while, but I want you to know you can have fun with that guy.
Yep.
But I'm going to be here and I'm going to be waiting for you when this guy either is going to be there or he's not going to be there, but I will still be waiting for you at the end.
You know how many points that is? Like, and you tell her like, I'm gonna fall back.
Right.
I'm not gonna bother you, but just know
I'm waiting
gonna
for you.
fight for you. Have fun.
Yeah.
That's low-key hot. I would have been about
That's
that.
so hot. That's literally hot. Now I'm like, well, shit, Ben, you have a good night, sir.
Yeah.
Like
Now it's like, whatever. Okay, Ben.
because you're not
Right.
give her time. Like,
Yeah. Let her
Brandon.
like, you know, digest all the information.
I can't.
Yeah.
Boys, I can't.
Wait, well, I want to know all your thoughts about Ben. What do you think about Ben?
Ben.
I think Ben looks like every boy that was in college ever, like combined into one person. Like, if you just told me what a frat boy looked like, I would picture Ben.
He's a cutie pie.
He was cute, but it's just like there's nothing there. But he's put together, and he's a perfect, you know, person to bring
I
to parties.
did like that he was able to like go toe to toe with Brandon though, because
True.
Brandon was throwing shots and he was able to be like, well, because Brandon was like, oh, she has a few ex-boyfriends here, and then Ben is like, well, hey, it is what it is.
He said you're one of
You're
them.
one. I was like, whoa. So I like that he was able to keep up with Brandon and he didn't let anything like get to him. I
Yeah.
did like that about him.
And I did like that he was able to not need Madison by his side. Like,
Yeah.
you could tell he was going out, like, to chat with a bunch of people. He brought a gift to a housewarming party.
Yeah.
Like, that
Nice.
was really
Yeah.
awesome.
I like him.
He's I give it to him because he's like a grown ass man. Like,
Yeah.
He, you know, has legit house etiquette and all of that. And he also roasted Brandon, and it was it was
Amazing.
pretty funny because Brandon was like, "What? We've been together for 5 months," and he was like, "I've known Madison for 5 years."
That's what I loved. It was like, Ben was like, keep it coming. I liked him though.
I want to know
I
what
like
Madison thought about them talking because we never got to see her reaction
That's
to that.
true.
No, that has to be awkward when you look over and you're like, one ex kind of boo is talking to your
Yeah.
ex boo, and you're like,
Which
what are they
like
talking about?
and one that just came into town like doesn't know like I
Yeah.
just thought I'm still
was a
gonna
lot.
go
Which I
through
feel like
that
this
whole thing.
only happens to Madison.
Oh, that's so true.
What was it? Who was the guy? What was his name? Grant?
Grant.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And I love that Kelsey was like, what happened to Grant? And I'm like,
Yeah.
because she was like, I thought you dated Grant. And she was like, well, yeah, he was before Grant. I was
I'm
like,
happy she did
oh
ask
my
that.
gosh, Madison, like, what's your game? Because I need to know. She's always got guys like fighting
Always.
for her.
And you know when the show first started, I would have never pictured that being Madison. Because it was like her and her ex Alex, and she was in love with him, and she was kind of like the good girl ex, which is, she still is a good girl, but it's
Yeah.
just funny to see like her now come around and she has like 5 guys fighting over her. I'm like, whoa, what's
Yeah.
happening? It's Siesta Keys and Madison's popping.
Madison's popping.
I'm like, who are all these guys? I swore it was just her and Alex, and
Yeah.
she was just waiting for her ex to break up with Juliette. Now she's like, nope, I've literally 5 guys fighting over me.
Yeah, which is like
That is true, 'cause
kind
he
of
kept
like
saying that in the
ignoring
narration.
Hannah.
Like
That
are
is
we
true.
Done dealing with this drama and can we
Right.
like just move on and be a couple because this whole time we haven't really been able to focus on each other.
Great point.
That's
There's
true.
all this outside noise.
And that's such a great point
Mm.
because at the end of the day, he needs to just be like, okay, Hannah, hilarious.
And did she go from dark hair to blonde? Like,
Yeah, she did.
Okay, I'm like, okay.
It
that
looks,
crazy.
I love the length. Too.
Yeah,
think it
I
looks
do
great on
too.
her.
She looks good.
It's funny, I'm going back to Alex for a second, and it's funny that the
Alex.
episode was Alex won't compromise, which means like he won't compromise,
Right.
but like, what does he need to compromise?
Yeah, what was the
Yeah.
compromising?
I think the compromise was the drama.
like,
That is true, 'cause he
kind of
kept
like
saying that in the
ignoring
narration.
Hannah.
Like
That
are
is
we
true.
Done dealing with this drama and can we
Right.
like just move on and be a couple because this whole time we haven't really been able to focus on each other.
Great point.
That's
There's
true.
all this outside noise.
And that's such a great point
Mm.
because at the end of the day, he needs to just be like, okay, Hannah, keep saying what you're going to say.
Exactly.
You're going to continue to do it. I'm going to love Juliette. And that is another thing that we're missing out on is Alex hasn't, like, been like, I love Juliette. I'm going to be there
Exactly.
for her, Hannah. It's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I kind of wanted him to do instead of kind of being petty, just saying, you know what? Because as a man, you're arguing with the chick, and this is what girls do. Like, we're going to be super petty. So I was kind of hoping for Alex to be like, you know what? Keep saying what you're going to say. I love your friend, and I'm going to prove you wrong and all of your friends wrong because I did fuck up in the past, and now I'm here to make everything right. But I don't even think Alex is ready for all of that.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's there to be there, but I don't even think he's ready to take it to the next step with Juliette. I could be wrong.
None of the guys in this show are mature. None
No.
of them.
But then again,
Tarek,
they are like,
that's
what,
it.
21?
Tarek,
Right, they're
and
babies.
Carson.
They all just kind of
Yeah.
out of college.
Yeah.
They're all on like spring break, summer break, and they're like 12 and
Yeah.
they don't get it. Tarek gets it, but everybody else, they think they're in love, but they really aren't.
Which I guess we'll figure that out next episode. What was it? What's the sweater say? Single, ready to mingle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't know.
And he was on Snapchat. I feel like Snapchat and Siesta Keys, they must have like a thing going on because Snapchat's been mentioned this whole show.
It's because their stocks are going down because Kylie says she doesn't mess with it anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh,
So they're
really?
like,
Facebook
we'll go to
up
Si-
went
Siesta
3
Key.
million, right, today?
Yes,
Yeah.
Facebook
13
went up.
million, sorry.
Which is still weird because Facebook is weird. But he did put this on Snapchat. So that's why I feel like, I mean, he is trying because he does like Juliette, but I don't think he's ready to.
I don't
like-
know if he's trying after this next episode. We'll see about that one.
I love Alex.
Yeah.
I seriously think he's just still immature and selfish. And
Yeah.
it's like, if you come with this much drama, I'm done.
It's good.
like,
That's
it's not
true.
worth it.
It's not.
You're not worth it.
Also, I know everyone was freaking out about the like online was freaking out about the house he moved into. But like, as someone who's lived in Florida at some point, that house is something like it's a nice house. I'm not hating on it,
Right.
but that's like how much we're paying out here for our little apartments and whatnot. That is a very similar pricing to
I thought it was a very nice house.
that house down
Me
there.
too. I literally wrote down on my notes, like, how can he
Yeah,
afford a
but-
whole home?
But my point was that like I think
Yeah.
everyone was like, oh, his dad's paying for that. No, I think Alex and his friends are legitimately paying for that because it's like that would be an affordable
Right,
thing
affordable home. I got
down
you.
there.
Okay.
Oh, that's
yeah,
good
and
to
that.
know. It's a fun fact.
Yeah, but like, also, can we figure out like, what about Madison and Kelsey's place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I think might be a different
I
story.
feel like
it's on the
MTV's
beach.
paying for that.
Okay.
But I do
No.
feel like Alex and his friends are legit paying for their place. But I
Okay.
think the two sisters are.
That's true because it is on like the bay side.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
they're, you know. Oh, Siesta Keys.
Yeah. So much drama, so little time. But do we want to say any predictions of what we think the season finale?
Season finale.
Can you believe
Your
it?
AfterBuzz
No.
TV.
Gonna miss these crazy kids, wild and crazy kids.
Wow.
We love you all.
We do love you all.
We love you all, and you give us so much fun things
Yeah.
to talk about on Monday. We know it's a show. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't make it too personal.
Yeah,
We
don't
know
take it
this
personal.
probably isn't actually your personality.
Yeah.
At all. We know any of this is probably not
peeped
real.
that.
I will say I think Kelsey was on Twitter Live and she was answering a bunch of questions today. So I think I'm gonna go back and see what she was answering. For predictions, I do see Alex and Juliette probably not working out. It's just a thought. I mean, yeah, I don't see them working out. I don't see. In the commercial, you see Brandon trying to get back with Madison. I think Madison will probably think about it, but I don't think the end of the season finale we're gonna see them together. I think we're gonna have to wait until like season 2 to see if they weirdly get back together. At the end, we see Juliette crying, so that's why I don't think her and Alex will work. And I hope that Chloe comes back, like make an appearance at the season finale.
Yeah. I think it'll be, I feel like it's going to be very like The Hills-esque, and like we're going to get, like, Madison's going to get a call from one of those places she interviewed in New York for like a summer internship or something. And it's going to be between Brandon and the job.
And Kelsey's gonna go to New York with her.
Yeah, and she's going to choose the job. I actually think Juliette and Alex are going to be okay. I think Hannah is not going to be in the picture much longer. I think Juliette's going to pick Hannah. That's what.
Is gonna pick Hannah?
Or not Hannah. Alex.
Okay, yeah, I was like, what?
She's gonna
No
pick
sense.
no,
Dicks over chicks.
Yeah.
Tessa, what do you
Only
think?
dating.
Only date.
I know, I
only
was like, wait,
Safari.
did I hear something differently?
Did we see Kelsey and Garrett kiss?
On the
In
commercial.
the commercial.
Yeah.
But I think Garrett is going to try to be like a little player between like him,
Yeah,
Kelsey,
I'm
and
kind of over
Nicole.
him being a
Yeah,
player.
I
You
totally.
can just tell he's not a player. So
not.
I think it just bothers me that he's trying to act like a player.
His Insta story we saw today.
Wait, what was
Definitely not a player. He was like,
Bless his heart.
Oh, Garrett's so cute. What did he do?
just go watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch
Go
it.
watch
guys.
it.
Yeah, watch it right now. If he's watching, please don't delete it. Please let everyone watch
Let me
it.
watch it first, Garrett, before you delete
It's an
it.
ad. I don't think he'll delete it.
Oh my god.
I didn't watch it. I feel like they will rekindle some. I just hope they do.
They're
I liked
cute.
them together.
Yeah.
They were cute.
But honestly, I kind of had the same predictions as you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much more. I just miss Chloe.
I
Yeah.
do miss
Yeah.
Chloe.
I want Chloe to come back. I don't think. I mean, I think that Alex and Juliette are going to stay together, and I think that Brandon and Madison are donezo for good.
That's good.
Done.
Dunzo.
Finished.
But I guess we will have to wait and see for the season finale next week. Thank you guys so much for joining us, as always. Oh my gosh, that noise.
That was me.
I was like, what was that?
That was
Oh my gosh.
me waiting for next week.
Thank you. I am so excited. I can't wait. Mondays are great with you guys. See you next week. Nikia, where can they find you on social
You
media?
can find me in Wakanda. All social media at Kiki Boom Boom.
Bro Jones.
And you can find me in What Kinda at OK Drew J.
Tessa Cevaal.
And you guys can find me all over social media at Tessa_Cevaal.
And don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms and follow me, Ally Nasta, on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at Ally Girl. See you later.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.